Hi, I hope all of you are safe and well. As we know, the lockdown has now been extended until the 3rd of May, and this is having a huge impact on all of our lives, on the work we do, on our communities, and the people who live in those communities, of course. But there is a group who are absolutely hidden and whose needs are not being spoken about enough in the midst of this crisis: children. And of course, we know that children of the vulnerable populations, the migrant workers that we're hearing so much about, the daily wagers, those who used to live in poverty in any case, have just been pushed to the absolute brink. For them, it's not just about hunger. For them, it's not just about that meal in a day. For many of them, it's the absence of being able to go to school, where they would perhaps get that one meal a day that they could actually afford. They are being deprived of health services, of nutrition services that they would get from the Anganwadi centers. And unfortunately, for many of them, they're actually seeing an increase in the incidence of violence that they're having to face, either within their homes, or if they don't have a homes, then outside on the streets. 12th April was the International Day of the Street Child. And we know that children in street situations are amongst the most vulnerable group of children who live in urban India. We have appealed to the government and to all stakeholders to ensure that there is a social safety net that is provided for these children during these difficult times. About 10 days ago, I spoke to you about an appeal to support us to be able to reach children. I'm very happy to report to you that in just the last 10 days, we have been able to, with your support, with the basic essentials that they need at this point of time: food, rations, hygiene and sanitation kits, and just as importantly, the awareness, the knowledge of what they need to do to protect themselves and keep them protected during this point of time. My appeal to you today is to not forget about these most vulnerable children. We need to do even more to make sure that the gains that we have made, the gains that India has made for its children in the last decade or so, are not lost simply because of this epidemic that we are seeing at this point of time. There is a grave risk that the progress that we've made on health, on nutrition, on the educational status, and of course being able to lift many millions and children out of poverty, are not reversed. So please join me and please continue to support us to protect a generation.